Sometimes the biggest, most profound stories are hidden in the smallest spaces. Today, we're going to dive into just one sentence.
That's it.
A single 26-word sentence, and we're going to unpack it to see the entire world that's hiding inside.
And there it is, all 26 words. This is our entire source material for this whole explainer. It seems pretty simple at first, right? Almost like the start of a fairy tale. But packed inside this one line is everything you need for a story. A setting, characters, crucial equipment, and a clear mission.
What's so amazing about this is just how dense it is. Every single word here is doing some serious heavy lifting. There's no fat, no wasted space at all. It's a masterclass in storytelling efficiency. So let's do it. Let's take it apart, piece by piece, and see how this intricate little machine really works.
Okay, so to get what's going on in this story, we first have to understand the stage it's set on. And it doesn't start with once upon a time. Nope, it starts with a comparison. And trust me, that comparison is the key to everything else.
Just look at this opening phrase. It's not just telling a story, it's giving us instructions. It's basically saying, hey, you want to understand this huge abstract idea, the kingdom of heaven? Okay, to do that, you first need to understand this very small, very human story I'm about to tell you. It's setting up a powerful metaphor from the very first word.
And you can see that technique perfectly right here. On one side, you have this huge cosmic concept, a kingdom. And on the other, you have something super tangible and relatable, a scenario with a group of people heading to a wedding. The entire point of the story on the right is to help us understand the big idea on the left. It grounds something divine in an everyday experience.
All right, so we've got our metaphorical stage set. Now, who are the actors in this little play? 10 virgins. It's just 2 words, but wow, they give us so much information. This is who our story is about. This is our cast. And it's really specific and descriptive, and believe me, those details were chosen for a reason.
So you have to ask, why 10? Why not just some virgins or a group of them? Well, the number 10 gives the story the sense of completion, like a full team. It tells us right away this isn't about one person's journey, it's a group experience. We're meant to watch a community in action.
And the word virgins? In a story about meeting a bridegroom, that single word is just packed with meaning. It immediately establishes their social role. They're young, unmarried women, probably attendants in a wedding party. It places them perfectly inside the scene that's about to unfold.
Okay, we've got our setting and our characters. So what do they have with them? The sentence gives us only one single detail about their equipment, which means it has to be incredibly important.
Which took their lamps. This little phrase does 2 things at once. First, it introduces the story's most critical prop, the lamps. And second, it shows us the very first action these characters take. They didn't just have lamps, they took them. It was a conscious decision, an act of preparation.
And this is it. This is the only tool that gets a mention. Not food, not water, no gifts, just lamps. Now, in a story that's probably happening at night, that's when you need lamps, right? This one object comes to represent so much. It's about preparation, it's about having vision, it's about being able to see in the dark. It's a huge clue about the story's theme.
So we have a setting, we have characters, we have their equipment, and we have an action. But it all kind of begs the question, why? Why are they doing all this? Well, the final clause of the sentence gives us the answer. It gives us the motivation for everything.
And went forth to meet the bridegroom. This right here, this is the engine of the entire story. Every word that came before this was just setting the stage. This is the goal. This is why the 10 virgins are there, why they have their lamps, and it's what the whole scene is building towards.
You can even break this last part down into 2 smaller pieces. Went forth, that's the physical action, the movement, the start of the journey itself. But to meet the bridegroom, that's the ultimate goal. That's the destination. It's the big difference between just walking and walking towards something important.
And here we have our final character, mentioned only at the very, very end, the bridegroom. He's the focal point, the gravitational center of this whole sentence. All 10 of those virgins with all 10 of their lamps are moving toward him. He is the entire purpose of their waiting and their journey.
So when you put all of these pieces back together, what you get is a perfectly constructed scene. In just 26 words, the sentence gives us the whole setup, the cosmic setting, the specific characters, their essential gear, what they're doing, and exactly where they're going. It's a complete picture.
So let's look at it one last time. Does it feel different to you now? You can almost see it, can't you? The night, the 10 figures holding their lights,
that feeling of anticipation as they all move forward together on this one singular mission. All of that was embedded right there in those words the whole time.
And that's the real genius of it. The sentence does its job perfectly. It sets the stage, it starts the action, and then it just stops. It leaves us right at the moment of highest tension. It hands the story off, making you ask the one question it was designed to make you ask. What happens next? The journey has begun, but the outcome, well, that's still a total mystery. And that is the incredible narrative power packed inside a single sentence.